Hey everyone, Mitch coming in from the Commander's Core Studio. Welcome to the show. So on today's episode, I've got a fun one for you. That's right, I'm talking about commanders that care about things that are completely different from every other deck. Let's jump into them. First up, there's Grenzo, Dungeon Warden. And a reminder from Grenzo. Grenzo says, hey, make sure you check out that card list link in the description below. I'm in there, and I'm also in the dungeon, because I'm a Dungeon Warden, a 2/2 Goblin Rogue for, well, again, X and Rakdos colors. Grenzo enters battlefield X counters on it. By paying 2, you put the bottom card of your library into your graveyard. If it's a creature card power less than equal to Grenzo's power, put it on the battlefield. A very weird card, an incredibly weird card where this is a commander that says, hey, you know what I care about? The opposite thing that many decks care about. Instead of it's like, what's the next card I'm going to draw off the top? It's like, hey, what's on the bottom? Let's just get something random out. It is a crazy cool commander. If you've never played with it, it is so much fun. And you can realize a lot of just strange cards that put things on the bottom of your library because you are setting yourself up for success by doing that, because then Grenzo's like, oh, by the way, I'm springing you out of here, out of this dungeon. Basically, the bottom of the library is apparently the dungeon. So it's such a fun commander, a unique commander, one that cares about, again, something nothing else cares about at all. Check it out, pick it up. Moving on, Jasmine, Boreal of the 7, a 2/4 human druid for 3 mana. In Selesnya, tap to add Selesnya colors, only to cast creatures with no abilities. Crazy. Creatures you control with no abilities can't be blocked by creatures with abilities. It's such a fun and unique commander, one that literally cares about creatures that are just vanilla. Literally, hey, you know what? You do nothing? Cool, awesome. All right, you're in the deck. You're here, okay? You want really efficient, hyper-efficient creatures that are like, yeah, I cost like 4 mana, but I've got like 7 power. Good for me. You can get them out early, and often you get them out super quick. Again, this is a great mana dork for them. And of course, on top of that, well, yeah, they're basically unblockable, because the vast majority of opponent's creatures, outside of like maybe tokens that they make essentially, which some tokens even have some abilities too, or if they've got Anthem, it will affect that too. All of a sudden, yeah, they have abilities. They are not going to be able to block. So you basically have an unblockable army that can just stampede your opponents. You're also in 2 colors with the best anthems out there. Make sure you use anthems that don't grant like trample or anything though, okay? You don't want to actually take away your unblockability, okay? Such a fun commander. Check it out, pick it up, build around it. Next up, Vega the Watcher, a 2/2 bird spirit with flying for 3 mana in Azorius. When you cast a spell from anywhere other than your hand, draw a card. Yeah, if you cast a spell from here, there, or anywhere, literally anywhere but your hand. Again, this commander cares about, hey, don't play things from your hand. Just don't do it. Just don't. I mean, at some point, you kind of have to start the game off, right? But at a certain point, it's like, okay, I'm in play. Churn and burn through your deck just by playing from your graveyard. Play from the top of your library. If you've got Grenzo, you don't have Grenzo because it's not the colors. Play from the bottom of your library. Sure. Anyways, being able to essentially play from anywhere outside of your hand, again, from exile, you can do some crazy cool things with this commander that gives you so much juicy card advantage that you're going to be digging down into your deck. I love unique commanders like this that are uncommon. They are so underrated by your opponents. They're like, oh, that little bird. Oh, cool, have fun. And you're like, yeah, this little bird, don't worry about it. And then they are just jealous that you are drowning in all of the card advantage you could ever be drowning in, and then just destroying them with it all. Have fun. Alaundo the Seer is so unique that Alaundo basically invents his own way to do things, basically. A 3/5 human shaman for 4 mana in Simic. Tap, draw a card, then exile a card from your hand, and put a number of time counters on it equal to its mana value. It gains when the last time counter is removed from this card. If it's exiled, you may cast it paying its mana cost. If you cast a creature spell this way, it gains a spell of turn, and remove a time counter from each other card you own in exile. Basically, this is like, hey, it's suspend, but it's not suspend, kind of, okay? I'm doing my own thing over here. And by the way, you can speed things up. Obviously, it's a tap ability, and you are in, well, blue. Actually, green's got a good amount of taps, too. You're in both these colors, okay? You got a lot of ways to untap this commander and do it again, and again, and again, and again, and again. So basically, you're just churning through your deck off the top of your library, casting things delayed, kind of in a way, for free, though, and doing some absolutely insane things. It is such a fun and unique commander. Again, basically invent your own suspend cards kind of in a way. You care about just very, very interesting and unique things with this commander. It is such a fun build. Check it out, pick it up, build around it, have fun. Next up, Volo Guide to Monsters, a 3/2 human wizard for 4 mana in Simic. Simic's got weird commanders, right? Anyways, when you cast a creature spell that doesn't share a creature type with a creature you control or a creature card in your graveyard, copy that spell. Very, 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 very specific thing to care about. This one literally says, hey, let's not double up on our animal menagerie, right? Okay, we want to make sure that we've got basically a wide variety of creatures, okay? And we don't want duplicates, all right? So here's the thing, humans and wizards. Yeah, I'm not going to be building with you at all because, yeah, I am a human wizard. Got it? Okay. Anyways, the rest of your deck is going to be just a smattering of just all the different kinds of creatures out there, essentially, and no overlaps at all. I mean, okay, technically you can have overlaps, all right, you're definitely allowed to, but, you know, the most fun version of this is literally just no overlaps at all. Anyways, being able to just go, okay, I want to build a deck that is so incredibly specific. I'm like, okay, I need one elf. I need one, I was going to say wizard. You can't do wizards. I need, one beast. I need one jellyfish. Yeah, sure, why not a jellyfish? Or starfish, whatever, I don't know. All the different things, and just destroy your opponents with extra value, because you are doubling up on every single one of those creatures, and of course, well, finding ways to maybe copy those creatures further, have fun. Regardless, a commander that literally cares about not doubling up on things is so unique and so much fun to build. Next up, Jegantha the Wellspring, a 5/5 elemental elk for 5 mana. But it actually is a Wooburg commander. The best color combination, in my opinion. Now, again, I am saying this as a commander, but of course, as a companion, it does make your deck unique. I'll say that really quick. No card in your starting deck has more than one of these same mana semblance cost. Yeah, again, yet another deck building restriction that is very unique. That being said, as a commander, you kinda can benefit from doing that as well. Tap, add Wooburg. This mana can't be spent to pay generic mana cost. Basically, you can only spend it for pips, and you basically have 1 pip for each color whenever you tap this. Obviously, there are great ways to untap it and do it again and get an insane amount of mana, of course. There's also combos you can do this. That being said, just building around, okay, we're not doubling up on pips in this deck, okay? We are utilizing cards that have a lot of mana symbols so that I can utilize this mana essentially effectively and efficiently, but I am not doubling up on them. So again, if I've got Wooburg cards that are literally just Wooburg, like a Maelstrom Nexus or whatnot, I'm like, okay, play that for free. Awesome, good for me. I mean, not for your tapping this to do so, but 5 mana from a dork is incredible, especially one that you can untap and do again and again and again. Such a fun commander to build around, a unique challenge. Check it out, pick it up. Speaking of challenges, Yennett Cryptic Sovereign, a 3/5 Sphinx with Flying Vigilance and Menace for 5 mana in Esper. When it attacks with the top card of your library, you may cast it paying its mana cost. If its mana value is odd, if you don't cast it, draw a card. Yeah, again, literally, just a new deck building challenge, one that is so incredibly specific. That's like, you know what I care about? Everything that is odd. That's what I care about. I want odd things. I want odd mana values. I don't like even. Let's get those even cards out of here. We don't want you even cards. No. All the odd ones are what we care about. So again, building like your entire deck, you don't have to build the entire deck around this way. I'm not saying it's the most effective or efficient way to do it, but again, literally challenge yourself to go, hey, you know what we're going to do? Every single card in this deck is literally at an odd mana value. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. I guess there's some 11s out there too, aren't there, Eldrazi? Anyways, being able to just dominate the table by getting things off the top of your library for free, spin the wheel style, so much fun. Let's stick with another Sphinx, though, with Atemsis All-Seeing, a 4/5 Sphinx with Flying for 6 mana in blue. By paying 3 mana in blue, tap, draw 2 cards, and discard a card. When it deals damage to an opponent, you may reveal your hand. If cards with at least 6 different converted mana costs reveal this way, that player loses the game. Such a fun commander. I will admit that I actually have lost to this one on a hit, and I thought the player was bluffing because they had exactly 6 cards in their hand, and I'm like, well, you know what, actually, I've only got like 1, blocker left. I'm pretty low on life anyways, and the blocker's pretty important to me, so I'll spin the wheel. You know what? I'm going to guess that you don't have it, and then they reveal, oh, they have it. Okay, I'm gone. All right, goodbye. That was a bad decision. Atemsis is so much fun. Again, literally building a deck where you're like, okay, my job is to build this deck where my, again, just kind of variety of cards in the deck is super high. Variety of mana cost in the deck is super high. I've got a swath of cards, obviously, out there at very different mana values that I can essentially go, okay, I go all the way from 0 all the way up to, again, like 11. And you can utilize them in so many fun ways. And, of course, just by hitting once, you can take a player out, kind of like Phage style, but with, again, a requirement. So much fun. Check it out, pick it up, and beat players like me that are like, you know what? You're fibbing. No, you don't have... Oh, you have it. Okay, I'm gone. Moving on, Esix Fractal Bloom, a 4/4 Fractal with Flying for 6 mana and Simic. I guess by being a Fractal, it's probably incredibly unique just in and of itself, because I don't think there's any other Fractal commanders. And don't say Changelings, okay? Stop it. I see you about to type in the comments, but what about Changelings? Okay, I know that Changelings count for all of them, but okay, like other Fractals that are specifically Fractals, okay? Anyways. Flying, the first time you would create one or more tokens during each of your turns, you may instead choose a creature other than Esix and create that many tokens or copies of that creature. This is an insane effect, an insanely specific effect, and one that you can build your deck around in such a fun and unique way, where you're looking for big bursty ways to make an absurd amount of tokens, and then things that want tokens created of it. Again, a creature other than Esix, and you're like, hey, you know what, let's get a lot of copies of that creature instead. Such a powerful effect, such a powerful commander, and one that can really go in a lot of cool directions. You can do a lot of cool things, a lot of big splashy plays, and again, things that you care about that other players don't care about necessarily. Like, okay, I need, again, this combination of cards that are like, hey, okay, big amounts of tokens, but also, big ETBs essentially on top of that, so I can get some like big effects. Maybe they make even more tokens. So yeah, have fun with this one. It's such a cool commander. Check it out, pick it up. And finally, yet another companion with Gyruda, Doom of Depths, a 6/6 Demon Kraken for 6 mana into Mirror. Again, companion, if it is your companion, it does make your deck very unique. Your starting deck contains only cards that even convert mana cost. Very unique. Anyways, kind of like the opposite of Yennett, right? That being said, this, as your commander, does not have that restriction. Though, again, yeah, you might want to kind of build around that a little bit. When it enters the battlefield, each player puts the top 4 cards of their library into their graveyard. Mill 4, basically. But a creature card with an even converted mana cost from among those cards on battlefield under your control. Yeah, basically repeat reanimation on Blink. Such a fun effect. I do say on Blink, but also on Clone. Because this is the type of commander where you literally can churn through all of the decks just by going, okay, ETB the first time, everyone mill 4. All right, awesome. Oh, I hit Clone, which costs 4. Cool. All right. I clone my Gyruda. The clone, obviously dies due to legend rule, but I get the ETB still, so let's do it again. Oh, I milled yet another clone type card. All right, let's do it again. And another one, and another one, and another one. And you see where this is going. Yeah, you can do some absolutely crazy things with this one, where you are literally just creating clone after clone after clone after clone after clone to actually just go through your entire library, get all the things into your graveyard, reanimate things as well, do it all over again. And your opponents are going to be like, what is going on? Where's my library? Where did my mind go? I have no idea. Such a fun and unique commander, again, that literally forces you to say, okay, I'm going to build around clones, but I'm also going to build around even converting cost with everything, essentially, so I can get so much value out of this ETB. Check it out, pick it up, build around it. And with that, this episode is coming to a close. Comment below with your thoughts on it. And of course, as always, thanks again and have a good one. This show and episodes like this one are possible thanks to viewers like you. If you're looking for an easy way to help support this show, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Also, hit that bell notification icon so you don't miss any new episodes. You can also go check out our playmats and other merchandise at thecommandersquarters.com. Another easy way to support this show is with our TCG player affiliate links. So whether you're buying a deck or individual cards, you can use this general link right here or one in the description. And the final way that you can support this show is by supporting us directly by becoming a patron. There are many benefits to being a patron, and I truly couldn't do this without all of their support.